First, you're going to need a piece of cardstock, 8.5 by 11. You're going to score it in half. Then you're going to take your bone folder, of course, and just go over this very well. Now, this template is free, and it comes from Ruth Ann Marskoff. This is Markwood Designs. I printed it off onto cardstock, as you can see, and I'm just going to use my scissors to cut it out. I laminated mine because I use it so much. I am using this template with permission of the designer, and links will be down below so that you can download this for yourself. Just like that. So now we're going to bring our paper trimmer back in, and while it's still folded, I'm going to cut between these two little cut marks, and I'm going to line this paper up to the 3/4 of an inch mark, which is where I'm going to also be doing some scoring. Alright folks, this front of the FOLIO measures 5 7/8 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to cut my first piece to... Alright folks, the front of this folio measures 5 7/8 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to cut the first piece to 4.5 by 5 3/4. See how that's going to layer up? And that looks good. So for my first layering piece of pattern paper, I have some Doodlebug Designs Yumminess, and I'm going to use, I don't know what I'm going to use. I have a whole stack of it here and I can't make up my mind. I'm going to use this scrap. Let's see if it's big enough, because it needs to measure 4 1/4. It measures 4 1/4 exactly by 5 1/2. So let's cut this down to 5 1/2. Of course, we're going to save those scraps. And let's go ahead and layer these onto the folio front. I'll just eyeball that and get it down into place, and layer this piece onto the top. Super simple so far. Now, we can stamp an image for the front and like use this little guy, or this particular collection comes with a lot of really fun die cuts, and as you can see, I've used a lot of them. So we can decide what we'd like to use. Like Mr. Snowman here is adorable. And of course, you can make these folios for whatever occasion you would like, whether it's Christmas or just like an all-occasion set of cards. I so recommend you use what you have, and that's what I am going to be doing. So I'm going to use Mr. Snowman for sure, and probably these two Merry Christmas stickers. See what else we have in our stash of goodies here. I'm going to cut out this Merry Christmas, okay? I like that much better. I do think it may need a mat though, just so that it has a little border, and if I don't like it, I can always recut it. It's not a biggie. It's far from straight. So that measures 1/2 inch, so we're going to measure this in at 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4. I'm going to use the little glossy accents to layer this up. So I think he kind of gets lost on the background as well, so I'm going to get a piece of the same red cardstock and an oval die and cut a mat for him as well. Alright, I cut a stitch scalloped oval from some nesting ovals that I purchased from AliExpress. Please read my standard disclaimer down below about purchasing items from overseas. So I'm going to use this cardstock and eyeball it for center and put it down. I am going to use a piece of doubled up foam tape to attach it to the cover. I do like to put just a little bit of glue or glossy accents on the back. That way if I need to move it around a little bit, I have some open time to do so. Eyeball that and put it down. So if you do what I just did and dropped the little puppy, just use a baby wipe and just dab up that extra glue. Alright, so the folio itself is complete. If you want, you can cover this inside with some cardstock of your choosing or pattern paper, which is what I'm going to do. These should also measure roughly 5 3/4 by 4 3/4. Use my T-square and take a look and see if that's what it is. Yep. And it is. I'm going to use this snowflake paper and I'm going to cut this down to 5 3/4 by 4 1/2. They fit just fine for the most part. I do see a problem right here though, and it's just from where I scored it. It's not straight. Okay, so before I tape this down, you can either put this through the middle like this so you can tie it, or you can just, you only need half this much. You can tape it into place at the same time you tape in your piece. So I'm just going to add a little bit of tape right there and come over here and add another piece. You can usually line it up pretty close, just eyeballing it, which is what I'm going to do. You're not really going to see the bottom, but I am going to take just a little bit off the bottom, just because the bulk, I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting past that seam. And see, now you can just tie it in a bow from the side. And so the folio itself is complete. If you'd like to see me make the cards that go inside of this, let me know down below in the comments section, and I will make those for you as well. Thanks for joining me this evening, and have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.